Hello everyone, this is one of my favorite trees that I was dreaming to grow for so many years. This is Acer or Japanese maple tree, and there are so many varieties, more than 1,000 varieties with yellow, orange, I don't know, variegated and red leaves. Some also change the color of the leaves, but definitely these plants are amazing. These are trees or bushes. They grow in a different ways basically, but I always wanted to grow this one with dark purple, dark red leaves and stems, because this is kind of this coziness that will come with it into my garden. Finally, I bought it, and let's see what the label says. I'm gonna plant it right now, and I'm gonna tell you also a little bit about the conditions that I learned, because I've never grown this plant. So whatever I tell you is not from my experience, but from what I learned. Let's start from the variety, and this is, I can show you maybe like this. This is Acer Japanese Jewels Garnet Red Umbrella. So it will be spread around 1.5 meters, and the height will reach maximum 135 centimeters. It likes half shade or shade, and I have already experimented a little bit. I've put it under my pine tree here to see how it will feel itself, and for 2-3 weeks it's totally fine. And I'm gonna plant it right here, and I'm gonna show you. And why I also recommend you to do this experiment basically. First, when you buy a plant, put it somewhere where you intend to grow in your garden, and see how the plant is doing for 2-3 weeks. If everything is fine, if you notice new growth, then do it. Then plant it in its permanent place. Well, nothing is permanent. You can of course replant it, but just to avoid double work and to also understand what kind of conditions are best for them, that's my tip, and I try to always do so, because these plants, as we already saw, they like shade or semi-shade, and if I would plant it in a sunny place, the leaves would be burnt and scorched. And if it likes sun, but I plant it in a shade, the variegation of the leaf, the colors will not be there. So make sure you choose the right variety, even though I must say it's so hard to also know exactly the names. There are so many people that grow them, and from my basic learning on the internet, they say it's really hard. Sometimes everything that you will find in your local stores is Acer or Japanese maple tree, but there are different varieties. It doesn't smell, but when I touch the leaves, it has this kind of, I don't know, fresh greenery smell. So in terms of light, we already figured it out. This specific variety likes shade or semi-shade. In terms of light, of course, or sun, yes, here in this area I have light maybe early in the morning, just for 1-2 maybe 3 hours, and it's not so strong, so I think here will be the best place. In terms of soil, they like slightly acidic soil. In terms of pH, it can be from 5.5 till 7. And here I have my pine tree, so the pine will also lose its needles, and they will also, of course, with the time make the soil a little bit more acidic, so that should be totally fine. Also, they hate wind, but of course you see some breeze here, but from all the sides in this garden we have hedges, so it's not really windy here. It should do really well. So let's see. And one of the things is that when you plant them, you should not plant them deeper than they are in the pot, because they get root rot quite easily. That's what internet says. I don't know. Again, it's not my experience. It is what I learned myself. Let's plant it. So I'm gonna move my camera and put my gloves on and start digging. In terms of timing, the best way in general, I think, for all the plants to plant them is either spring or autumn, because what you want to avoid is, of course, very hot conditions, very hot summer months, and also very cold already winter months, especially when the soil is cold. It's not really the best time to plant your bushes, plants, anything you are planting basically. See, these pine needles will decompose with the time and will make the soil acidic. It's also very well drained soil here because it's quite sandy. I have already felt it that whenever I water it, it will really, the water will really go through the soil very easily. So I need to plant a little bit more. Oh, here I have some roots. Okay, this was not the best spot, but I want it here. Maybe we can move a little bit towards this side. Let's see, let's see. I really love when it's really easy to dig the soil, because, you know, I enjoy it. So, by the way, I will also show you my Hoicheras coral bells. I had a video about it actually, and it's so funny that first I bought 3 and I said, oh, I regret that I didn't buy the one with green leaves. But I said, no, it's okay, 3 is okay, 3 is enough, and all of them were red and purple leaves. I'm gonna show you, maybe you see it, it's already there. So I planted, but then of course I went again to another greenhouse, garden center actually, and I bought 2 more. One is green with some red inside, and one is just green. And I replanted one of them so that I have kind of different colors, and not all purple, but one green, one purple, one red, one green. Look at the roots. These are really great roots, and I would just massage them slightly, just not to keep them growing in the circle in the same pattern as they're used to. That's always recommended for all plants. Just slightly massage, you don't need to break them apart, but this will encourage them to spread out and grow into the soil and not continue growing in the same way they were growing. So let's measure a little bit. I think that's perfect. Look at this. I think for this year I will keep this stick that came from with it until it's established, and next spring I will remove it. What do you think? I think it's totally fine. So let's do this backfilling, and it's so easy. And of course we will need to thoroughly water it. And we're done. Oh, look how beautiful it is. I think from the very beginning it's important to have it, you know, grow straight. But look at the branching. I will show you a close-up. The branching is amazing. That's also one of the features that's why these plants are so favorite. But I think it's foliage in the first place. Look at this. Look at this. Isn't this absolutely amazing? Here, look. I will remove this stick next spring. But look at the leaves. My dirty gloves. But I'm sure you know what I mean. Look at this. So beautiful. I'm very excited, to be honest. And this is the pine tree. So beautiful. And now, as promised, let me show you my Hoicheras that are growing right there. So look at this. These are nuts for squirrels, and here I have these 5. So I had first the red one, this purple one, and this other one. And this one was growing here, and I will link also the video here in case you would like to see how I was planting, the conditions and everything. But then I bought this one and this one. And once they grow and get bushier, I think it will be so much beautiful here. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any tips on how to grow maple tree, please let me know, because I'm learning about gardening, about houseplants. Okay, I can teach you from my experience a lot of things, but for gardening, for growing vegetables, trees, bushes, I am new, because I never had a garden, and finally I have it since a year. So stay patient about plants, and I will see you in the next one.